Hey everyone, everyone is doing well. Welcome to Men the Mass Media Group, and we're going to be doing a review of Book of Clarence. I have the one and only Miss Darlene in the building. How you doing, ma'am?
I am doing great, and welcome everyone who will be listening live and will listen later. And it will be not too long, so you could go back and enjoy your Sunday.
Exactly. Kim is taking a hiatus off,
Hmm.
so we wish her well
The
on
best.
our. I think it's her crown day today. I'm just
No work day.
no it worked. Okay, yeah, I know she's
Yeah,
having her business. Okay, no crown
yeah.
day for her.
No crown day. No,
All
but I
right,
need
so
a
let's.
crown day.
I'm feeling you.
I need a crown day.
Definitely. All right, so
Yes.
let's do some housekeeping real quick. Please go to our Amazon store. Make sure you plug in that affiliate link. We'll make sure we plug it into the description. It might be already be in the description, but yeah, if you shop on Amazon, go check us out at Minimass Media Group. It's for free and it helps this platform. Appreciate that. We will be continuing the California Road to Reparations show. Probably maybe next week or the following week. We've been taking a little break from it. For those who are living under a rock and that don't follow our channel, we've actually been having a lot going on in the California reparations space. As a matter of fact, let's just take a look at some of
Mm.
these bills, shall we? SB 490 is currently sitting with the Judiciary Committee. Most likely, that bill isn't going to go anywhere this
Mm-mm.
particular time. Um, I don't know, Darlene. Do you want to take the rest, and we'll kind of go
Yes,
back
and
and
the,
forth?
the one thing, and I wish I had asked Senator Bradford what was the rationale between going with SB 490 and then going with SB 1403, which is a smaller version of 490, and that one is passed, and it's now going to this Tuesday go into the committee process government organization. So I personally will be back on the Hill Tuesday doing a Me Too comment on that as well again. And we have SB 1007, the housing assistant. I believe it is coming up again next week. We have SB 1050, California American Freedom Affairs Agency, racially motivated eminent domain. If you get a chance to check out that short, it was very moving. A family from the Russell City debacle was there. I believe the name was Johnson, Umore, correct? The last name? The Johnson
I,
family?
I believe so, but we have to
Yes,
confirm that. Yeah.
confirmed that. Very powerful. It was the mother, son, and grandson. Very powerful. And we have SB 1331, the Fund for Reparations and Reparative Adjustment in City Committee Process Judiciary.
Absolutely. So
Hmm.
I think right now, the two biggest ones are SB 1403 and SB 3031 to
Yes.
definitely take a look at for
Hmm.
sure. I mean, they're all important. Don't get us wrong, but right
Yes.
now those are kind of two of
Hmm.
the heaviest lifting ones. So please go and support those bills and
Yeah.
all the lineage based reparations bills
And they seem to be moving pretty fast,
real
um,
fast.
real
Like
fast. So
you
yes,
blink and you might miss it.
yes, exactly. I am very happy that the SB 1403, the California American Freeman Affairs Agency, is going to be Tuesday because I would not be able to go any other day next week. So
Mm,
I'm really glad that it's being heard on Tuesday.
all right.
Hmm.
Thank you also, Darlene, for you and Raphael, your unsung heroes in this movement. We greatly appreciate you
Yeah, you
and
are
all
welcome. Hmm.
the effort that you've put into this. So speaking of,
Yes, we always want to remind everyone in order to get these California reparations lineage based bills passed, we need the votes of 41 assembly members, 21 senators, and we need one governor to sign. So let's keep an eye out.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Please go to reparationsnowdoc.com. That's reparationsnowdoc.com to get full access. And it's also on Tubi. So please, if you haven't seen it, please check that out. Also, as well, I know we briefly mentioned Senator Bradford and the bills that he is championing. Uh, Check out right here on Even the Mess Media Group. We actually had the honor of interviewing, and actually, I would probably say even having a discussion with
Mm-hmm.
Senator Stephen Bradford. So you can go check that one out as well. Speaking of interviews slash discussions, we have Miss Raphael H. Plunkett, which is a great interview that we had with her. She, as Darlene is a shero in this reparations space, so we really appreciate her and effort. And she's also been in the background heavily supporting what we do over here in the Mass Media Group and also CJEC. So we really appreciate her, and I'm glad
Mm-hmm.
she was able to sit down with us and so we can get to know her,
Yeah.
a little bit
And may
better.
I add, you more for those who
Of
don't
course,
know her? She was very open and candid and honest about her history, her family. It was absolutely amazing interview. So we appreciate Raphael so much.
definitely.
Hmm.
All right. Couple of things. What's in the news right now? Looks like the U.S. House is trying to pass a 995 billion.
95 billion
I'm
still.
going to say 950 billion.
Hmm.
Right. 95 billion Ukraine Israel an aid package. It's going to the
Mm-mm-mm.
Senate, I believe, this Tuesday. So, what are your thoughts on this, Darlene? What are your thoughts?
Well, my thoughts are no. Um, there's no money. We need to study when it comes to Black American descendants who ancestors built this country. So I'm absolutely saying no to this. No. We have Americans sleeping on the streets. Some of our inner city schools are so underfunded, it's not even funny. So absolutely not. But we need to study continuously. No. Mm-mm.
Absolutely. It's
Let them fight
amazing.
their own battles.
Yep, absolutely. It's
Hmm.
amazing how, America can find money for
Hmm.
everybody and everything else except for those who built this country, the
For
descendants
those
of
who built this country.
U.S. chattel
Hmm.
slavery.
Hmm. And I try not to get overly emotional, but sometimes you can't help it. It's just
Mm.
it's just amazing where they just a stroke of a pen and there's money. But we don't even want to have it. Although I'm not a proponent of HR 40, you can't even get that passed. You know what I'm saying? So
Right?
no.
That's all
um,
kind of facts.
so no, fight your own battle. We are Americans. Let's take care of home first, especially those who have ancestors who have built this country that you are living in.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Hmm.
All right. So, uh, before we actually get into it, I wanted to talk about this debacle.
Hmm.
Oh
Mm.
my gosh.
Mm.
Good times to
Mm.
bad times. So I personally haven't watched this. I am not going to watch this new quote unquote version of the good times, aka the bad times, this cartoon. I did watch the trailer, and the trailer was just horrendous. I mean, oh my gosh. I've been hearing mixed views about this. I don't know, but man, Darlene, what is
Mm.
going on in the
Mm.
world of debauchery?
This is just I didn't even get through the entire trailer. It was just that bad. And I will say for the original Good Times, now I did kind of drop off after they got rid of James. I did kind of drop off.
Mm.
I came back on when Janet Jackson came in. So I just could not take, to be honest with you, I couldn't take the JJ character. Let's just keep it real. For me personally. Um,
Dynamite.
yes, I couldn't handle it after a while, but I did come back to it
Okay.
when Janet Jackson came on. So that was her and Chip Fields. Um, they kind of resurrected for me. But this new thing, Bad Times. I mean, look how just looking at. I mean, look how big they have James. It's like we don't take care of ourselves. We're not healthy eaters. I mean, that's just pitiful. Um, I couldn't even get through the trailer, so I will not be
Dang.
watching it. I will not support it. And I have seen some people said, "Oh, I like it. Maybe we could change the name and call it Baby Kids." And I won't even address that because I never really watched Baby Kids. So I'll leave that comment alone. But this is just straight up hateful, as far as in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, you bring up an interesting point because I mean, even with Bebe Kids, right? Bebe Kids, it was, I mean, you knew what you were getting into, right?
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
I mean, you're talking about something, a pastime, right? That was based on Black American experience. And they just, I mean, look at the kid, the baby.
Yeah.
The baby is a drug dealer. Like, I mean, what the
Come on.
man, this
And who
is,
is the blonde? Is that supposed to be Thelma in the pink and blue
I
blouse?
guess.
But
I
where's
guess.
Florida? Is
Oh,
she
I
even
don't
is she a
know.
character in it?
I haven't. I just I just watched the trailer. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'd have to get deeper into it, and I don't want to get that deep
No, we're
into
not
it.
gonna get that
Yeah.
deep. Um, no, I see a lot of people on X saying, you need to give it a chance. Well, no, I don't have to give it a chance. I mean, I
Nah.
can see straight up what it is. No.
I mean, do they have this type of caricature for other communities? You know what I mean? Out there.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the Latino, the Jewish community, the
Mhm.
other
Mhm.
communities, Native American communities. Like, I mean, it would, for me, if they just wanted to call this something else, then okay, then call it whatever you want to call it. But to take something of the past, it's like taking, for example, like Godzilla, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
And you're taking Godzilla, you're doing Godzilla, but then like you're totally remanufacturing Godzilla to what the original content was gonna be. And then on top of that, you triple stereotype it,
Mhm.
right? Whatever that may be. It's
Mhm.
like, you know, Godzilla is all of a sudden some Japanese stereotype or whatever,
Mhm.
times
Mhm.
10. Even though like Godzilla, it originally it wasn't meant for that. So
No.
for me, I hope this show just goes away like the dodo bird. And I
Mm.
mean,
Mhm.
yeah, people need to just not even watch it. But people are gonna do what they want to do.
Want to do, and I will say, even using, if they wanted to call it a remake of the Baby Kids, like I said, I don't, I have never watched that. But Good Times has a certain place in people's hearts. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And to destroy this name like that, even though I stepped away from it and came back, I still have some good memories of
Mm.
watching Good Times. I mean, because for the most part they did look like my family. um there was a mother and father, two boys, two girls in my family. We were poor. We did move up a little bit. They continued to stay stagnated. That's why I left, and when they got rid of James. But I mean, it has a good, memories in people's hearts, and to destroy it
Mm.
like that is just uncalled for, you know. But
Okay.
that just goes to show you how strong anti-blackness is in every realm of facet in American um, spaces here that we deal with every day.
It is real.
Yes.
All right. So, Book of Clarence. Let's get
Mm.
into it. All right, so looks like the production companies were Legendary Pictures, distributed by TriStar. Release dates. Now, it did have a quick festival run on October 11th at the London Film Festival. It was released here in the United States on January 12th of 2024. Running time is 129 minutes. So that's,
Mm.
2 hours. So for those who haven't seen it, just be aware that it is a long, long movie. But we'll go into and give our opinions to see if it's worth it. Language is in English. Now the budget was 40 million,
Mm.
but it only got 6.1 million at the box office.
Mm. Hmm. Well, okay. Well, let's. Can we just start there for a minute? When
Let's
you
do
had
it.
suggested watching this, I'm like, well, I have not even. Not that I'm abreast on modern movies, but I never heard of it. So, in your opinion, Umoria, do you believe that it got the traction as far as promotion that it should have gotten? Because 6.1 million is very low. Um, do you feel that it was promoted?
Oh, it was extremely low. I mean, in terms of promotion, I don't think it was promoted as well as that they should have. I know, oftentimes me and my son will go, to the movies because, I'm a filmmaker. So I
Hmm.
just like going to movies, actually to the theater and watching when I can. And I
Hmm.
did see a couple of ads that were running,
Hmm.
but I just didn't. And I believe I saw a couple of the characters or the actors actually go on a couple of talk shows.
Mm.
But
Hmm.
then again, I mean, I don't know. I mean, some things work, some things don't work, and obviously, I mean,
Mm.
6.1 million, they did not make their money back on this one at
At
all.
all. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
So, but
Mm-mm.
hey, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But I'm glad that they still pursued it. I mean, 40 million. That's not super blockbuster because like on some movies, I mean, they'll end up spending like probably definitely 60 all the way up to like 150
100.
million.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes even 200 million, 300 million, especially some of these like Marvel movies or these super blockbuster movies. So I mean, when we're talking about the major industry, major motion picture industry, $40 million is not that much. I mean, we're all comparing now. Like for regular people, that's extremely a lot of money, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But in terms of like the movie industry, I thought that movie. I mean, it should have at least made at the minimum 20 million, at least half back. But
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I
But
don't know.
also, since you are a filmmaker, and you and your son go to movies, I do not um, go to movies, and I guess I stopped a little before COVID, because I used to try to catch movies at the $5 Tuesdays where I live, and since COVID, I stopped going. Um, and I'm jumping ahead, having seen this movie, I would have supported it. I'll just say that, and hindsight is 2020. I know, but I wish I would have known about it. Some kind of way, and I just didn't. Um, the day
Yeah,
you said let's watch it was the day I heard about it.
mm, and I, to, I don't know the trailer in itself. I don't know. I mean, it was good, but I don't think for a trailer it was very impactful. At least the trailer that I saw.
It
And
wouldn't have
initially,
prompted people to go to the
yeah,
theater.
I can see that. I mean, I was just like, I mean, it looks good, but I don't know. I mean, that's kind of how I felt with the trailer. But then I
Mm-hmm.
started, looking at more reviews and kind of looking at it and saying, you know what, this actually looks pretty good. So I want to check it out. So,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so we actually, Darlene and I and Kim actually sat down and watched it. And that's why we're doing this review.
Mhm. Mhm.
All right. So, synopsis: The Book of Clarence is a 2023 American biblical comedy drama film written and directed by, I don't know the brother's name. I think it's Himes or James Samuel, and produced by Samuel James Lasseter, and Tendo Najinda. The film stars Lakeith Stanfield, Omar Sky, R.J. Seiler, Anna Diop, David Oyelowo, Michael Ward, Alfre Woodard, Tiana Taylor, Caleb McLaughlin, Eric Kofi Abrifa, Marianne John Baptiste, James McAvoy, and Benedict Cumberbatch. It follows a struggling, down on his luck man named Clarence living in AD 33 Jerusalem, who looks to capitalize on the rise of Jesus Christ by claiming to be a new Messiah sent by God in an attempt to free himself of debt and start a life of glory for himself. So that is very interesting. That's a little brief synopsis, and let's go over some of the.
Well, let me stop you. So when you
Go
saw
ahead.
the trailer, did you get that from the trailer? You're saying at first the trailer didn't really prompt you to go see it, although you go to the theaters anyway. Um, did you pick that up from the trailer at all? That synopsis that you just read?
Yeah. I think. Well, down on his luck. I really didn't get that part.
Mm.
Um,
Hmm.
but definitely I saw something where it could be where Lakeith's character. Um, I can't remember the character's name. Clarence, duh. It's called Clarence.
And he had a
Clarence.
twin. Let's not forget his twin.
Yes, he did have a twin. What was it?
He had a twin.
Twin?
I want to say Thomas.
Yeah, I think
Um,
Thomas. I think you're
Thomas.
right,
Yeah.
Thomas.
Yeah. Hmm.
Um, and I mean, and that's another thing. I didn't mention that. I'm glad you did mention that, since we're talking about it. That Lakeith played two characters
Hmm.
in the
Hmm.
movie.
Hmm.
Clarence, and then his brother Thomas,
Hmm.
which just shows you the versatility of Lakeith, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
so yeah, so that was, yeah, I think in terms of the trailer, outside of the struggling part, it was pretty on point with the synopsis,
Okay.
for sure. For sure. All right, so let's go over some of the top characters, or the cast in here. Lakeith played Clarence. Omar Sy played Barabbas. What did you think about Barabbas' character?
Um. Actually, I
That was the
liked
character with the Achilles heel.
the Achilles. Oh yes. Since we're talking about it, when they was killing him and the I don't know, the white guy, whatever his name, I don't see him on here. Was throwing the swords at him and trying to get
Oh
him.
yeah.
It just the character said, "Oh, I'm fearing for my life," and he was running away, and they was trying to strike his Achilles head. It really brought me in the frame of mind of Michael Brown.
Mm,
Because
interesting.
they were saying that he was struggling and wouldn't die, and neither did this character. So it just kind of put me in that. Once he said, "Oh, I'm feared for my life," and he turned his back and he still was throwing the swords at him. That kind
Good
of
point.
put
I
me in
never
a
thought
yeah
about that way, but yeah,
yeah.
that's an interesting point.
Hmm.
Chase Dillon played Cabbage, who was I believe, a young man who was. he was in the movie every once in a while, but it
Yeah,
was a
wasn't a
pretty
big
good role.
character. No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Anna Diop played Verinia, and Verinia was the love interest of
And that's
Clarence.
when you stopped the movie, remember? And you said, "Oh, she's so beautiful." Do you remember doing that, Moya?
I do remember
You
that.
did.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, she is beautiful. Yes, yes, she is. Hmm.
All right, and then we have R.J. Seiler, who plays Elijah.
Elijah.
Oh
Um,
my! Now I don't
Very
know, because
comical.
we're on YouTube, so we can't say. We'll just say Mary Jane. We'll just say
Yes,
that. How about we got
yes,
to play in
yes.
code?
Yes,
because
yes.
that brother was Mary Janeing through the whole
The
movie.
whole movie. Yes, he was. Yes.
But R.J. Solid
Mm-hmm.
played a excellent role,
Clinton
man.
part. Yes. Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I saw an interview with him on some talk show. The brother's pretty tall too. I didn't think he was that tall.
Mm.
And I was
No,
like,
he
man,
was.
the brother's pretty
Mm.
tall. And I mean, definitely eloquent. And he's a brother. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like, he's
Mm-hmm.
really. So shout out to RJ Siler, man. He did a
Mm-hmm.
excellent job.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's when I saw him in kind of real life in his own, personality. And then I saw him this character. I said, man, this brother, man, is a great actor. He did a
Mm-hmm.
great job.
He did.
And then we have Babs Olosunyakun. He plays Asher the torturer. I think that was the dude who was the slave owner.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then David Oyelowo, who plays John the Baptist.
Baptist. Mm-hmm.
Um, Michael Ward plays Judas. And then Benedict Cumberbatch. Very interesting. I didn't
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you aren't in the don't watch Marvel movies, but that's kind of his like super claim to fame. I think he plays a character called Doctor Strange in the Marvel
Mm-hmm.
universe. Uh, Excellent actor, and I was just shocked he made a cameo appearance basically in this movie, and I was like Benedict Cumberbatch, but he played I guess what they call him the White Jesus
Yes.
in the movie, and
Well,
I
he
thought
was
that was
the
hilarious.
wasn't he the homeless person and a
Yeah,
dirty man all through there, and then when they cleaned him up, it's like, oh, white Jesus, white Jesus, you
yeah,
know.
that part was hilarious.
Yes.
When they were and spoiler alert, um, they were this dude was I guess he was some kind of like a painter or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
and he was showing the picture of Jesus and white Jesus, and he was like, I can't remember. I think Benedict Cumberbatch character said, "Yeah, why are you guys always painting me?" Yeah, it was
Yes.
pretty funny.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I think his character was named actually on here. It's called Benjamin. That was pretty
Yes.
hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Alfred Woodard, the Virgin Mary. What can you say about Alfred Woodard? I mean, phenomenal
So,
actress.
phenomenal. Yeah. So, and
Now,
she has
Tiana,
truly has stood the test of time.
oh yeah,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah. Shout out to Alfred Woodard.
Mm-hmm.
What can you say about her part? I mean, she played Virgin Mary.
You know what was funny when they were, I think it's the Lakeith character, was questioning that, and then I don't know, it was kind of got a little comical about, well, Joseph didn't believe me either, that
Oh
kind of
yeah, yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So yeah, yeah, yeah. So she was good. I mean, she's good in just about. I don't think there's been anything I've seen her in that I didn't appreciate her skills. Um, so it was good. So it was a lot. It was some humor. It was a very powerful movie, but they certainly had bits of humor throughout the movie in and of itself.
Yeah, definitely. I
Mm-hmm.
think I don't know. I would term it a drama
Mm-hmm.
comedy
Mm-hmm.
or comedy drama. It did have the elements of both in it. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
um, and then we have Teyana Taylor. I know
Mm-hmm.
she's previously known as a singer. I believe she's a songwriter too.
More of
Mm.
a dancer, I think. I think she sings, but
Dancer. I think.
but
Yeah.
da-
Let's
yeah,
be honest.
yeah, mostly a dancer. I mean, because I've
Thanks for
seen
the
her do
clarification.
just a sidetrack. I seen her do a tribute to Bobby Brown in New Edition. I think for me, thus far, it's been the best I've ever seen.
Okay.
I mean, she's very talented. Hmm.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, I just know her as a singer.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I mean, well, she is a dancer, obviously too.
Yeah.
I saw her in a
Hmm.
couple of music videos as well.
Hmm.
Specifically, I think she was in that Kanye video, dancing with her then husband. I think
Hmm.
they're still together. I don't know. I don't, follow people like that,
Hmm.
but
Hmm. Hmm.
it was very interesting. And
Hmm.
then we have Nicholas Pinnock, who plays Jesus himself.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, that was a very interesting character, but
Hmm.
yeah, it was good. I'm glad he was
Mhm.
able to, you know, play that role. Um, it's very interesting because when we talk about like, the Jesus Christ, and when we talk about different depictions of Jesus throughout the years, especially here in the United
Mhm.
States. I mean, let's just talk about the elephant in the room, the
Yes.
white Jesus
Mhm.
manifestation that happened
Mhm.
throughout the United States, right? I mean, you go to church, or you always see a white Jesus, and you hardly see a non-looking white Jesus anywhere, you know. And I'm glad that they were able to portray Jesus in this light. I
Yeah.
thought that was a different take, which was cool.
Mhm. 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 Yeah, and I
Remember the
mean it's been through centuries and that we have had this white Jesus. And I remember watching one movie, and I had to stop watching it because she was spanking a woman. The boy was did something, and she was spanking her son, but she was spanking him in front of a white Jesus, and that just didn't sit right with me. So I never even finished watching the movie um, because of that. That's just my personal issue. Um, for me, Jesus has no color, but he does. So hmm
Yeah, I think they did a pretty good
good job. Hmm
job in terms of playing on those stereotypes too,
hmm
right?
hmm
um
hmm
well written. And I'm trying to
Very.
find. Okay, I'm gonna upload this, the directors. I thought I uploaded the overlay on it, but I didn't. So I'm gonna upload that before we get out of here. We had Caleb McLaughlin, who played Dirty Zeke. Do you remember him in that?
I don't remember him. hmm But to me,
Yeah, I
certainly this
don't
is a movie
remember
that I
him
will
in that
watch
Dirty
again.
Zeke.
Yeah, I will watch this again because there was so much to this movie. Historically, it was just there. It was an amazing movie. hmm
Right. And then
hmm
we had Marianne John Baptiste, who plays Amina. I'm
The
trying to
mother.
remember.
She's the mother of
That's right,
Clarence
the
and Thomas.
mother.
Yeah.
That's right, the
hmm
mother. Okay. And
She's
then
the
we
mother.
had Goliath. I don't remember his character.
Mm-mm.
Jedediah the Terrible. Um, and then we had actually Eric Kofi. I mean, it wasn't a huge role, but I think the times that he did play in that movie, he did an excellent job. Um, and now was he the brother of Variana, who played by
Absolutely.
Ana Diaz?
hmm
Okay, that's right.
hmm
That's right. So yeah, and then we have James McAvoy, who is also. I mean, this dude's an excellent actor. He plays Pontius Pilate, or Pontius Pilate, um, in this movie. He's played in some other films, um, in the Marvel universe as well. If people haven't watched Marvel universe, I think he's played in the X-Men. I can't remember the character's name, off the top of my head, but and he's played in a whole bunch of other movies too. He's an excellent actor. So
Mm-hmm.
great cast, excellent cast. So here's the director. I could be wrong. I think it's James, but it may be James. I don't know. So,
Mm-hmm.
brother, if you watching this, or if anybody wants to correct me, please let me know. Samuel, he's the writer and director of this movie. He also not played, but directed and wrote "The Harder They Fall," which starred, I want to say, Regina King and Idris Elba.
No, it's a slew
And
of them. It was a slew of them.
uh, what's the
Yeah.
dude who played with Michael B. Jordan? The dude
Mm-hmm.
who got allegedly charged for, I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. And he played in what's that one? and I always forget country something. There's one of them that kind of sci-fi movie. I always forget the Majors. Jonathan Majors, is that right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Mayor, Jonathan Mayers,
Mhm.
Majors. I don't know the
Mhm.
brother's name.
Mhm.
I always
I didn't.
forget.
I
Please
didn't
forgive me.
particularly. Um, the harder they fall. Well, that's another story. I didn't care for that movie at all. But
Okay.
yeah. Mhm.
So anyway, let's read his quick bio here. I'll just say James. Samuel, also known as the Bullets, is an English writer, director, singer songwriter, and music producer from London. In 2013, James worked alongside Baz Luhrmann and Jay-Z on the music for the blockbuster The Great Gatsby. James served as the film's executive music consultant. 2013 also saw James debut his directorial debut, They Die by Dawn, at South by Southwest Festival in Austin, Texas. The film is a
Mm.
western based on real life characters and takes place in the town of Langston, Oklahoma in 1890.
Mm.
So I'll just say this: he did an excellent job in this movie.
I mean that I have to definitely watch it again. I think we started at 8 o'clock, and those who know me, okay. I mean, I had to sit up because it was one of those movies. Like as soon as it started, I felt something kind of magical happening. I had to prompt myself up so I wouldn't fall asleep. It was just that good. It's just like the opening scene with Elijah and Clarence was just hilarious. Um, so I definitely it's on my list to watch again, and I will be doing that soon.
Yeah, it was. I mean, and the one thing that really stood out was the soundtrack. The music
Mm,
in there was
mhm,
phenomenal.
mhm,
Phenomenal. I haven't heard a music soundtrack like that in a very long time.
mhm,
Well
mhm,
thought out, well produced. I mean, you different genres were in there. From
mhm,
classical all the way up to folk to, what some I may consider maybe some quote unquote Afro beat style music, and obviously some American hip hop was in it. Black
mhm.
American hip hop
Black
was
American
in
hip
it.
hop, and the we can't forget the dance club scene. It was almost like
Oh
okay,
yeah,
they are in the club. You know what I'm saying? It was just amazing. Yes, the soundtrack was good. It's one of those soundtracks you want to buy like back in the day. You know, you would buy the Shaft or the Superfly soundtrack back in the day because it's just straight up good music. Hmm.
yeah. A lot of, and just overall. I wrote some notes here, but I'm not gonna go too in depth in it. But just looking at some of the transitions in the movie from scene to scene, just excellent, well thought out.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
let's see what else here. I thought this was a very interesting quote. It said something to the effect of spirit. Oh, it was Clarence speaking with his love interest, and he said something like "spirit over sandals, in love with you."
Mm.
Um, and I thought that quote just kind of like stuck to me because it just reminds me kind of like the idea or the concept that his love goes beyond just material. He's really, or at the time he really just truly enjoyed the woman, even though she's absolutely gorgeous, which doesn't hurt.
No,
But
yeah, she is beautiful. Hmm.
but
Hmm.
he was truly definitely in love with her. So definitely a good movie. Recommend this. Darlene, what would you give this in terms of 5 stars?
I would give it 5+ stars.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
5+. I mean, it was excellent, and the journey that Clarence took, I think that we all kind of, in some way, shape, form, or fashion, go through that journey in our life several times over. Um, I will say one scene I did cover my eyes. The I don't spoiler alert here, but the crucifixion when he was
Mm.
carrying the cross. I mean, that was kind of hard to take. I did. Oh, I can't watch, but 5 plus. You know, I'm like, okay, where did I get this movie? I don't know a lot of current day movies anymore. Like I say, I'm watching stuff from the 70s, 80s, 90s. That's why I'm in. But this book of Clarence is excellent. 5 plus stars.
Well, I would definitely get a 5 stars too.
Mm-hmm.
It was a well done movie, well
Mm-hmm.
produced. I thought, in the time that it was set to, I mean, the setting was
Mm-hmm.
excellent.
Mm-hmm.
They just did a really excellent job. I mean, everything about this movie was done well.
It was
You
done
know.
well, and I still saw some parallels to things like when he, you know, spoiler alert, not trying to give too much away, but when he purchased the slaves, it just brought me back to when,
Mm,
our ancestors was buying us to free us. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I just felt that way, and it was just an amazing movie. The acting was superb. Um, it is a long movie, but truly, truly, it doesn't feel like it's 2 hours. It didn't feel that way at all.
that is true.
So, yeah, it didn't feel that way at all. I will be watching it very soon again. Um, mhm,
All right.
mhm.
Well, thanks for those who did join to uh, hear this review. Definitely go check it out. And also, we're going to be starting these California reparations road shows up again. Please join us, and please stay updated. Please like, share, and subscribe to this content, because things are moving extremely fast, as
Extremely
Darlene was
fast.
saying,
Yes.
and we need all hands on deck. That means
Hmm.
everybody contact your senator or assembly person. I mean, every notice, every email, every call, every person showing up at these hearings is so important. Everybody's important, on this. Obviously, descendants, we definitely want to support this, but also non-descendants. We need your
Hmm.
support in
Hmm.
this effort too,
Hmm.
right? Because this is a
Hmm.
repair for America. So we definitely appreciate the support in that.
Yes.
And
When we
so
are.
on that note, Darlene, is there anything else you'd like to say before we
Oh no,
get
I was
off?
gonna say when Black America descendants are repaired, America's repaired. So yes.
Absolutely. All right,
Hmm.
everyone. So we might be back on Sunday or not. I'm not too sure if we are, but we'll definitely let you know. And we are still scheduled to read the 1866 Reconstruction Treaty between the United States and Oklahoma tribes, the freedmen. So we're definitely going to be reading that 1866 Reconstruction Treaty on here for sure. So on that wonderful note, everybody have a great Sunday, and we'll be seeing you when we see you. Take care of yourself and your friends and your family. And that on that note, ladies and gentlemen, peace and reparations.
Yes.
The way it currently stands, forced labor, slavery takes precedence over rehabilitation and public safety.
Oh, by the way, while the Biden administration gives reparations to everyone but freed people, look at the billions he has run over to Ukraine.
We don't have black grocery stores because if you think about it now, just to get in that supply chain, it's almost unheard of.
They don't want the truth to get out. Okay? I don't want to know what my family did or what all these people did and all this stuff like that. Okay?
Come on.
You read that 500-page report.
There's this thing called white superiority and black inferiority. That mindset allows all of the behaviors that we've seen across generations.
I had no idea that church I was running by every day was something my grandfather established.
This is not a handout. This is a debt that is owed.
You know, Allensworth was like the internet of his time in 1904, 1905.
The total black population in California is about 2.6 million, and then of that, the descendants compose about 2.2 million of that. So California, with a multi-billion-dollar surplus, can absolutely afford to satisfy the international terms for reparations, beginning with compensation.
Any financial obstacle that exists that impedes the success of increasing financial prosperity needs to be dealt with and eliminated.
No matter where we've been, no matter what part of this fight we've been in, we've been harmed, and we've had harm done to us specifically.
When I got to Los Angeles, this was some of the worst segregation I'd ever seen. And remember, I'm telling you, I'm from Mississippi.
Because as you can see, I'm giving you broken history right now, you know? But I had to give it to you guys today. I said, no, I got to show them this because it's so precious and nobody really knows about it.
Overnight, it's like, oh, it's no longer the quarters, now it's Lincoln Heights. Oh, so now we get to use Abraham Lincoln for our name. And you think about all the other people that they could have used, but they picked Lincoln. And I think that's sort of a stereotypical of what they do.
There wasn't any black restaurants. As far as black business and weed, it wasn't none.
Black people don't have that kind of luxury. Our historically black communities have been redistricted multiple times.
Why has it been easier for other groups than us?
Because of anti-black hatred.
Now listen, if you can't handle the TR room, don't tune in.